In 1901, Greek sponge divers working a shipwreck off the tiny island of Antikythera hauled up statues, coins, and luxury goods from the 1st century BC. Among the treasures was a lump of corroded bronze the size of a shoebox. It sat in a museum, ignored, until it cracked open. Inside were gears, precision-cut bronze gear wheels, inside an object 2,000 years old. This is the Antikythera mechanism, and it should not exist. Nothing else like it appears in the archaeological record for another 1,400 years. It has been called the world's first analog computer, and the more scientists study it, the more that description sounds like an understatement. The ship that carried it sank around 60 BC on the route between Rhodes and Rome, loaded with Greek luxuries, likely bound for the Roman elite. The wreck itself made history. It was the first ancient shipwreck ever excavated, and the dives were so deep and so dangerous that 2 divers were paralyzed and 1 was killed. The bronze lump they died bringing up turned out to be the greatest treasure of all. For decades, no one could accept what the fragments implied. Gears meant clockwork, and clockwork meant the Middle Ages, not ancient Greece. Some scholars insisted it must have fallen into the wreck centuries later. It took X-rays in the 1970s and finally high-resolution CT scanning in 2005 to see inside the corrosion and settle the argument. The machine held at least 30 interlocking gears, the smallest just a few millimeters across. And the scans revealed something better than gears. Instructions, thousands of tiny Greek characters engraved on its plates, a user's manual describing what the machine did. Turn the hand crank, and bronze pointers swept across dials, showing the sun and moon moving through the zodiac, the phase of the moon, and the positions of the 5 known planets. It was a portable model of the entire cosmos. It could do more. A spiral dial on the back tracked the 19-year cycle that reconciles the sun and moon. Another dial predicted eclipses, months and years in advance, even encoding whether the eclipse would look reddish or dark. And a small subsidiary dial tracked something charmingly human, the 4-year cycle of athletic games, including the Olympics. The gearing itself hides a masterpiece. The moon does not move at constant speed. It accelerates as it nears the Earth. The mechanism reproduces this, using 2 gears mounted slightly off-center, one driving the other through a pin sliding in a slot. A device implementing a theory of lunar motion credited to Hipparchus, the greatest astronomer of antiquity, rendered in bronze you could hold in your hands. So who built it? The eclipse tables seem calibrated for the latitude of northwest Greece, pointing some researchers to Corinth or its colonies, and the legacy of Archimedes. Others point to Rhodes, home of Hipparchus and a famous school of mechanics, where the philosopher Posidonius was said to keep a device that modeled the heavens. Cicero, writing in the 1st century BC, describes exactly such machines. The Romans had seen them, they existed, this one simply survived. The real mystery is not who built it, but what happened to the knowledge. A civilization that could cut 30 gear trains to model the cosmos was a few steps from clocks, from calculators, from machines that do work. Instead, the technology vanished. Rome absorbed Greece. The workshops scattered, and geared astronomical devices do not reappear until Islamic scholars and then medieval Europe, more than a millennium later. Everything we have fits in a palm. 82 fragments, a third of the original machine. The rest dissolved into the sea, where still lies in the sediment off Antikythera, where divers continue to work the wreck today. Every season brings up new finds. Somewhere down there may be the missing gears, or the front dial, or the dream, a second mechanism. The Antikythera mechanism rewrote what we thought the ancient world was capable of, with a single object. It is proof that history does not move in a straight line. Knowledge can peak and be lost, and sleep on the seafloor for 2,000 years, waiting for a sponge diver to bring it home. What else is still down there? If you enjoyed this journey into the unsolved past, Subscribe for a new mystery every week. Next time, the most powerful man on Earth dies, and his empire makes his grave vanish so completely that 800 years of searching have found nothing. The tomb of Genghis Khan. The past keeps its secrets,